The Daytona DMAX Championships 2018 moves to round 5 here at Butmore Park, the Spa-Francorchamps of British karting. Jake Sanson and Spanners ready, all set for the action after a cracking qualifying session in the Inter-Enduros. Let's catch up with some of the drivers starting at the sharp end. Mike Coppin, first of all, that was an entertaining qualifying session. You look pretty rhythmic out there.
Yeah, it was okay. It's Butmore I would sort of class as my home track, so I've raced there a number of times. So and with the qualifying I've had so far in 2018, I needed actually to qualify somewhere in the top 10 so I could actually try and push forward. So I had an okay qualifying at the last round at GYG, and I felt confident coming in here. I haven't tested last night, so possibly a little bit off the pace with that, but coming into the race, P5 is a good place to start. I can work with that. I'm on the inside for turn 1, so see if we can go forward.
A good opportunity to take some really big points for the championship. At this point, it's quite critical to gain as many as you can.
Yeah, I need to. I said at the end of the last round, my heat championship is going pretty well so far. Had a little bit of bad luck in it, but my Enduro championship hasn't really got going yet. I think my best result so far is a 5th or a 6th, and the boys at the front are starting to pull away, and if I don't pull a decent result out in the next couple of rounds, I'm in trouble. So.
Okay, well thanks Mike, hopefully today is the day. Thank you.
Fingers crossed.
Well, I've got 2nd and 3rd place, Andy Spencer and Ed White. Andy, you were actually leading the timesheets for quite a while. What happened at the end? Bobby just picked you.
Yeah, to be honest, I was a bit unfamiliar territory leading it. But especially here, I was here last night testing, but that was the first experience of the circuit. It's a good circuit. And yeah, this time I was following Bobby around for the first few laps. I thought I could kind of stay with him. I'm obviously doing a good job. And then he peeled into the pits, and I thought, oh, why are you doing that? You're obviously, I don't know, I thought he was going pretty quick. So I was surprised when he came in the pits, and then I got told because he'd gone in the pits, the times were coming down, and I managed to get first. Then he came back out of the pits and took pole again. So
I think he was onto you. Yeah. You realised that you were getting tips off him. You've got an hour to get used to the track. How do you think you're going to do?
I'm just going to try and stay with Bobby. I know starting on the left is probably not going to be particularly easy, so Ed might muscle his way in. You never know. I'll have to try and get a good start, but trying to stay with these top guys, and you know, I'm learning the track, so I might learn some new things and I might be able to put them into use later in the race.
Good luck. Thank you very much, Andy Spencer. Ed White, I've said up there in the commentary you're worth a cheeky fiver today in the Enduros. What do you reckon?
No, I don't know. How close is it? I think it's quite close to the top 3, so yeah, I think it'll be a good race. Keep with Bobby and have a good race.
Something we've seen from you is consistency in these Enduros, lap after lap. Is this a track where you can do the same thing?
Yeah, hopefully I'm fast and consistent, because there's no point being consistent and fast. But yeah, hopefully I can stay with Bobby and have a battle to the end.
Thank you very much, Ed White. Yes, I've been consistently slow when I've gone batting. That's where I'm going wrong. This inter-category, though, very, very competitive.
Indeed, but let's talk to the guy who was fastest of all in qualifying yet again this season, Bobby Trundley. Bobby, this is another tough weekend for you because you are fastest, but not by very much this time.
Well, I had to come in the pits anyway. I was told I was quicker about 5 tenths, and then I had a fuel leak coming out of the expansion tank. So I had to pit, but credit to Daytona, they swapped the expansion tank and it was fine. I was told I had one shot, so I found 3 there and just hit it quick lap. One lap wonder.
So can we hang on for 60 minutes of that now around here where it's very physical?
No idea. Anything could happen, obviously. We could have a problem with the car, we could have problems everywhere else, we could have guys starting behind me, maybe hitting something. But we don't know. It's going to be a fantastic race anyway.
Sounds good, Bobby. Good luck for the day. So it is going to be a close one with about 5 or 6 drivers right to the sharp end ready for the win. But there's a good 20 or so of them behind who think they can do it too. Let's see what happens. Bobby Trundley starting at the front of this race then with an incredible array of drivers right underneath him. Keep an eye on the likes of Andy Spencer. Obviously there's going to be a strong challenge from Taylor in this one as well. Mike Coppin goes very well here and it's going to be interesting to see if he can move forward. Ed White and Owen Jenman definitely worth a punt here. They know this circuit very well from their days working with Titan Motorsport's endurance team. So this is going to be a very strong charge for them as they work their way forward. So the battle is going to be an interesting one from the off as we have them now lining up. Trundley and Spencer on that front of the grid. The engine revs will rise, green flags fly, and we're racing for an hour around Butmore Park, and it's a cracking start from Bobby Trundley. Exactly what he needed at the start of this race. They're all slotting in very nicely. It's a very sluggish start in the damp conditions here through those first couple of corners. Not particularly fast and frenetic. They just settled themselves out nicely in position. Mike Coppin has already come up in a 3rd position as he makes a good charge forward. The rest of the field sorting themselves out nice and neatly. No fisticuffs or shenanigans in the back of the field. And as they drop down the order already, it's a very strong start here for Bobby Trundley. He has an immediate lead.
Bobby Trundley is signalling to Ed White in his flashy new black and orange race suit just to get on with it. Don't challenge me, let's pull away from the pack in this early phase of the race.
Well, that's true. Ed White knows this place like the back of his hand, so he will be pushing very hard to make that gap up. Spencer, Coppin, Taylor, Ellis, Alcott, Kirk, Bennett, Mitchell, Ross in the early stages, all going very well as they come through. Now he's going to want to try and encourage White to move further forward to close up on Bobby Trundley. Trundley's got a problem! Trundley's pulling into the pits! Trundley is into the pits on lap 4. This is a disaster. The race leader has got a mechanical problem. He knew it straight away out of turn 2, so now this is the lead of the race. Mike Coppin, Ed White, Spencer, Taylor, Alcock and Ellis. This is a disaster for Bobby Trundley. Coppin and White are still battling away. Third and fourth, we've got Spencer and Taylor, and they are breaking away. These four are out in front. The big question is, from the back of the field, can Bobby Trundley catch them? This is going to be a really amazing 50 minutes. So as they continue to battle and work their way forward, we are going to have a very intense battle of catch-up. Coppin, White, Spencer, Taylor, and they are all together. Fifth position is Ellis, then it's Alcock and Ross. Terrific racing.
I'm going to go down the other end of the balcony. I'm going to keep an eye on Bobby Trundley's progress up through the field.
So out in front it is still these four. White starting to make an impression on Coppin. Spencer and Taylor right in there. White goes for the move on the inside into turn 4 and gets the move. Beautifully done there from Ed White as he charges forward. Now Mike Coppin's going to try and make the same move at the best possible opportunity. Or is Ed White going to try and encourage them to stretch out the gap? Well, they're too close, really.
Oh, he's made a fantastic move down at that bottom corner. Coppin's got him. I think he's mugged him there. He surprised him completely coming into that bottom turn. And go out. It is Mike Coppin that's got the lead.
Beautifully done there by Coppin to take back the lead he's lost, and that's brought Spencer and Taylor straight back into the game as they come over the line once again. Spencer's now looking very hungry on the back of Ed White. He's not quite close enough to make the move, but White may retaliate onto the inside of Coppin. Spencer's having a look, and they've brought the fifth man in with them. Joe Ellis has caught them up. Owen Jenman is now the fastest man on the circuit. I knew he'd be a factor today. He's got great experience of this place, and he's up to 7th position on the back of Chris Alcott with Ross, Mitchell and Bennett still in the top 10. Down towards you, Spanners. This is going to get interesting for the top 5.
And it doesn't look like anybody's going to be making a move in this on this occasion, but it's interesting to see the penalty for not working together. Now these guys are really fighting for the lead, which means that they've had not only each other to contend with, but 3 karts that might not ordinarily have been behind them.
So now Coppin's got a little bit of a gap to White, but Spencer is getting in with it now. He's going to try and make that move into turn 1. He's got a beautiful bit of space and makes good use of it. Beautifully done there by Spencer as he gets into 2nd place. Now that's opened up the floodgates. Taylor's having to defend to keep the 5th place man Joe Ellis at bay. Alcock has now been passed by Owen Jenman. So those two are going to start charging towards the top 5. They come over the line once again, the top 5, and Joe Ellis is looking very, very strong now as he makes his move for Taylor on the inside line. But can Joe Ellis pop up into 4th place? He now makes his move into turn 3. He's not going to get much space because Taylor's making his own move on White. He gets through into 3rd position. White down to 4th place now, and it looks like Joe Ellis is going to try and make a move on the exit of turn 5, but he doesn't get there. So White is down to 5th. Great driving from Jordan Taylor to stop a move from Joe Ellis and make his own move on Ed White. But Bobby Trundley up into 25th position, so he is getting there slowly and surely. But he's going to run out of time if he doesn't start getting some real progress on. This is a tough circuit. Plenty of overtaking needs to be done if he wants to be in the top 6 today. These are the guys he's got to catch, and he's got 52 minutes to get up there. So here is your man out front, Mike Coppin, Andy Spencer having gone with him, Jordan Taylor. There goes Jenman. Jenman makes the move on Joe Ellis in a P5. Sweet as a nut. Joe Ellis trying to come back, but Jenman holds to cover the line. He forces his way through anyway. Joe Ellis gets himself back on the inside, can't get it on the undercut. And now he has lost himself down to 6th position. Jenman through cleanly into 5th. For Coppin, who's now in 2nd. That means that Spencer's taken the lead back. Taylor goes for 2nd place. White is going to get crowded out and off the circuit. Still keeps his position on the inside of contact. Contact with Jenman, and Joe Ellis has gone in as well. Oh, 3 out of 6 of them are wiped out in turn 4. They'll all recover, but that is game over for the 3 of them. Jordan Taylor closing up now as they make their way further forward. This is going to be very interesting from here on in as Taylor starts to reel in your man at the far end of the circuit into turn 3. Andy Spencer leads. Jordan Taylor in 2nd place. Mike Coppin watching their every move at the moment, and Jenman has caught the 2 men behind them. So Jenman in 6th position has caught right up to the 4th and 5th place men. He is not out of the victory battle yet. We've got 45 minutes on the clock. So much has happened in this first 15 minutes, and Jenman is looking to pick off both Alcock and Mitchell at the far end.
Yeah, he's looking to size them up. Well, he's got one of them. He's got the move done on one of them. Certainly was sizing them up all the way down the downhill section. And as you see them coming up past the start finish now, you see Jenman has made another place. It's not too late for him to catch that top 3.
Yeah, nice move on Mitchell. Now he's got to get after Chris Alcock, so he now sizes up the opportunity. Well, this is a long race, and the guys behind Jenman are going to want to start working together. I say that, and Mitchell goes for the move, and that opens the door for Joe Ellis and Ed White to try and come past Chris Alcock. Alcock gets him straight back again up the inside. Joe Ellis is going to nudge his way through. Alcock is not particularly happy with that. Waves his hand, and then all squares out exactly as it was before.
I'd be watching Ed White into that bottom section there, Jake. Is he going to make a move? He's had a kind of watching brief in that scrap in front of him, and at the moment he's happy to.
He's making a move up the hill into the right-hander, and he's there. 7th position. Beautifully done by Ed White. He gets the move nicely. Meanwhile, there's moves further up the order as well, as the leaders are starting to get in amongst the traffic. But Joe Ellis and Ed White are side by side as they come across the line. So they are tussling away, but the traffic is definitely causing a bit of a headache now for Andy Spencer. Jordan Taylor has caught him right up. For the moment, though, Andy Spencer is holding off Jordan Taylor. Jenman has got no coverage between himself, no distractions, and no back markers now between himself and Mike Coppin. So he can see him up front. He can see where Mike Coppin is. So Owen Jenman is definitely not out of contention. If you're going to pick a wild card for the victory right now, I'm going to pick Owen Jenman. I think he can do it. And they're having an amazing battle, squabbling their way through as Taylor desperately tried to stay with Andy Spencer to get through the traffic. He had to force his way through, practically wrestled his way into the apex there. And look at that. Daylight has opened between the two of them. So Jenman is trying to fight his way forward. Here he comes, and as they come back over Damon Hill, he is literally a cart length behind him. And Coppin is furious at how much time he's lost, because now Jenman looks like he could steal the final place on the podium.
This is going to be tasting. Coppin's not going to give this up easy.
And into 5th position has come Ed White, who is now the fastest man on the track. He's done a 45.1 himself.
That's an incredible comeback.
Yeah, Ed White into 5th position. He's done an amazing job to be in that position, picking them off one by one again.
Actually, this top 6 has closed in a lot more than we thought it was going to after that incident with Ed White and Jenman.
That's a fair point. Joe Ellis is back in a 6th from Mitchell, Alcock, Bennett, Ross, Kirk and Trundley, who is still recovering after having to ditch in and swap carts on lap 4, despite leading and looking like he was pulling away. Some great battles in the midfield. Here comes Jenman, though, making his move to the first corner. Nothing Coppin can do. He's a sitting target. And through comes Jenman, sweet as a daisy.
It looked like Jenman had a really good run up the clubhouse straight there, and it didn't look like Coppin could do a lot. He looked like he tried to brake early to see if he could get him back into that first hairpin, but in the end he did not have that pace. So it's now a case of hanging on, and can he get himself involved in that battle for first and second, because it looks like Jenman is definitely going to catch up with the front two.
Now he's got to really charge through and fight his way for it. Trundley, absolutely all guns blazing, will not get moved this time. Side by side for 5 corners round the circuit. Trundley has absolutely no resistance. How does he do it?
Jake's gone full Sanson there.
I tell you what, Trundley is absolutely relentless. Look who's now right behind Coppin. Look who's on the bumper of Coppin. It is Ed White. He's right there with him now. As they come through turn 3, Ed White is hungry for a move to come past Mike Coppin. Into turn 4, the left-hander. He's got a slower kart to deal with. White is going to go the faster route. Coppin's going to have to hang back. He now commits to the move. The back marker's going to chop across on Ed White, who has to use the pin entry and then come back across. Goodness me, that was close.
That was a little bit cheeky there. I think they might want to have a little bit of a look at that, because Ed White thought he was going to get let through by the back marker, and as you say, it's a good job no one was using the pits.
Well, this is where blue flags really do need to be adhered to. Mike Coppin and Ed White very, very lucky indeed to get away with that. The number 55, Warburton there, causing a little bit of a difficulty.
It looks like Ed White's actually got Coppin there.
He has! So Ed White is through. He's made his move get by there. So White up into 4th position. Up through Damon Hill once again and over the start-finish line. 21 minutes left of this race. And it's still Jordan Taylor breathing and spitting out the exhaust fumes of Andy Spencer out front as he hustles in for position through turn 3. And Jenman is only about 4 kart lengths back now. This is absurdity how he's still a quarter of a second a lap quicker than these two guys up front. Jenman is chipping away at it big time.
Does Spencer go defensive at this bottom hairpin?
He's going to go through on the inside. Beautifully done, but he gets it wide on the exit, and Spencer gets him straight back again. Jenman is now right on them. This is cannon fodder. They are going to be absolute mincemeat over the hill as Jenman is going to try and pick them off one by one, these two. They are absolutely together, but Taylor has got him back at Lagarda and into the lead once again. Spencer now has to move to cover. 19 and a half on the clock, and Jenman is ready.
Jenman must have loved seeing that battle up ahead of him because it slowed them right down and then now nose to tail the top three.
Can Jenman pick them both off? Well, Spencer's moved across on the line to cover him in an attempt to get back on terms with Jordan Taylor. So they are 1, 2 and 3. Taylor, Spencer, Jenman. And it is for the victory, these three. And it's so close. This is going to turn into one of the best races all year.
The thing is, Spencer has had that lead for such a long time now. I don't know if he was surprised going into that bottom right-hander.
But now, Jenman's through to second. Jenman's through to second. So now, Jenman right on the back of the race leader, Jordan Taylor, as they have 3 slower cars to lap. This is where Jenman can get the lead and disappear into the distance if he times it right. So Jordan Taylor's got to be smart about this. The blue flags are waving. Are they moving over? Are they heck?
The marshals are forlornly waving blue flags. Good effort, though.
Well, they come up towards the Garda and they pick them off one by one anyway, so they find a way to get through. But now it's about whether they can make an advantage count, and all over the place, Jordan Taylor shaking his fist at the back marker as he tries to come through. He was kicked off the racing line there by the back markers, and now that's brought Spencer into the battle again. Spencer's caught right up to Jenman. Jordan Taylor absolutely livid with the back markers. What are you doing? Get off the racing line.
Spencer the big winner, because now he's got an
Jenman
opportunity.
leads. Jenman made the move. He got to the inside. Jordan Taylor's trying to come back at him round the outside. He sticks it back to the inside again. And now look, Spencer's going to get them both. He mugs them both on the inside. What a move. Spencer's back in front. Jenman so nearly going into the tyre wall. Unbelievable.
Spencer gets all the prizes and all the girls for that move. That was incredible opportunistic driving.
Oh, he saw that one coming a mile off and said, thanks guys, this is mine for the taking, and he's back in front. So now Jenman's going to do all that hard work again on Jordan Taylor, and he goes for it. He's in a second place once more. So Jenman gets there, but he's now going to have to play defensive for a couple of corners to stop Jordan Taylor coming through. That's Ed White in 4th position behind them. That's Ed White. It's a 4-way battle. How has he done that?
What does Ed White think he's doing? He's got no right to catch up that quickly.
That is astonishing how Ed White is now suddenly in the battle for the victory. He's been doing this one by one, lap after lap, just chipping away at it. And yes, that is legitimately for position. This is a 4-way scrap for the win.
Jenman's got the lead.
Jenman is back in front. So Jenman has found the space on the far side of the circuit and got through. Now, is there going to be another move from these guys behind? Because Jenman taking the lead does not mean he's going to disappear out in front. There's a long way to go in this race. And Taylor's going for the move on Spencer. He decided he's too impatient. And now he's shaking his fist, and Spencer gets nerfed in. Ed White's now going for it up the inside. And look at that. Taylor is crowded out down to 4th position. Jordan Taylor spending far too long shaking his fist and not getting on with the business of driving.
Taylor absolutely did not account for Ed White coming through. He was so preoccupied with the front two that he didn't see Ed White coming in. And in fact, Taylor changed his line and Ed White maintained it, and that's where the contact came.
Well, Ed White's got him lined up. This is where Andy Spencer's going to lose second place, if it's going to be anywhere at all. He decides to check back in. But maybe out of Henry's Bend, he can get a good run and make his bid to go through into the right-hander. Now gets a good exit, but again, Spencer's moved to cover beautifully. If he drifts out sideways, that's where Jenman will get his, that's where White will get his opportunity. Jordan Taylor is still quite close in behind. So if there is a little bit of shenanigans between these two, Jordan Taylor could pick up the pieces. But this has been an amazing squabble for the victory between these four, and it isn't done yet.
Spencer's driving well defensively with Ed White behind him. He's putting his car just in that sort of middle ground, which is he's forcing Ed White to try and take wider, more sweeping lines to get more momentum.
This is what Andy's really, really good at, to be fair. He's coming to this season competitively, and Andy Spencer, he's a very, very talented racing driver. He's been all up and down the length and breadth of different Arrive and Drive championships and endurance championships in Great Britain. He's one of the best in the country for this, and he's so good at defence. It's not even blatant irritation defense. It's just careful positioning of where he puts the car. Now that's a problem. Spencer's been balked, but he's found a good way to get past the traffic. White has to throw himself up the inside there to stay with Andy Spencer. But Spencer again just parks himself on exactly the right part of the racetrack. All sorts of debris off that car.
White has made a move into that first hairpin, and he's got second place from
beautiful.
Andy Spencer.
That's beautiful, and that's second place pretty much tied up, if you ask me. He did it outside the yellow flag zones.
And Spencer's lost that third place as well.
And he's getting straight back. Well, he's going through the traffic, that's the problem, and now Taylor's all over him. Spencer's going to try and defend once more. Jordan Taylor's going to come by if he gets an opportunity. There's Jordan Taylor, no number on the car, right behind Andy Spencer in the 13. As they drop down the hill once again, is Jordan Taylor just going to fly through on the inside? No, he's not, because Spencer holds fast on that inside line again.
Jordan Taylor must be looking at Spencer and going, what have I done in a previous life to offend you? Because Spencer has been on it. Any opportunity he's had to take places, he's taken it.
Last lap, here we go. This is the last lap of the race after an amazing 59.5 minutes or so of racing. How has that flown by? But it's going to be a victorious run for Owen Jenman. Or is it? Because Ed White is getting very close to him very quickly. Has he overworked the tyres? Is Jenman going to have enough to get home?
Ed White's a lot closer than he should be in second place.
Watch for Jordan Taylor in third position as well. He's going to try and make the move on Spencer to get onto the podium. We're going to have to keep an eye on the far side of the circuit.
Between Taylor and Spencer.
Here he goes. He's going to try and force the issue up the inside, and Taylor's there. They both run sideways, and Spencer holds it around the outside. Taylor's going to stick it to the inside once again, but Jenman's going to get the win just in front of Ed White. Here they come. Oh, if there was only one more lap, but it's the checkered flag for Owen Jenman in front of Ed White. He just gets there. Ed White was only a few tenths back at the finish.
How did Spencer hold on to that third place?
Jenman, White, Spencer, Taylor, Joe Ellis and Mike Coppin is the top six, from Curtis Mitchell and Bobby Trundley, with Chris Alcock and Sam Bennett in the top 10. A good fight back from Trundley. Great recoveries from Jenman and White to be first and second. Give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen.
So here with third place, Andy Spencer. What a defensive drive. And you had us all on the edge of our seats with that double overtake. The front two thought they were fighting each other. They didn't account for you, and you took them both.
Yeah, well, a little bit gutted that led most of the race and didn't quite pull it off. But as soon as they passed me, like I said to you after quali, I'm new to the place, so I was surprised to be leading. And then when they went past me, I thought, actually, I might be able to learn a bit here. And I did learn a little bit. But they were quick, and I had to wait for them to have a little bit of side-by-side before I could nip back through again.
Very physical with Jordan Taylor at the end there, still mates?
I think so. I haven't spoken to him yet. I'll give him a handshake after the line, though, so I think it's all good. I mean, he put an aggressive move on me, and last lap, you got to do that. And around here, the way it is, there's no grass, so you got a bit of concrete runoff, and he kind of pushed me, and I went off the track. So I kept my momentum up, and I just kept my foot in, and so hopefully I won't get in trouble for that. But I couldn't have done anything about it. He pushed me off, and we're back on, and we finished in the same order we started the last lap in, so it was all good.
A very well-deserved podium. Thank you very much, Ed. A fantastic recovery drive. About 5 more laps, and I think you might have had that.
Yeah, Andy defended really well, and managed to get past him as he was overtaking a back marker. He sort of ran out wide a bit and just managed to get my car in there and overtake him, and then yeah, put some flying laps in and caught Owen up, but yeah, last lap came too soon.
Early on, you and Owen had a bit of an incident. You both kind of spun off. Categorically, whose fault was that?
I don't know. We haven't really decided yet. Racing incident. I don't know. Yeah.
We do prefer to account for blame, but it puts you in good stead in the championship.
I'll take the blame. Yeah, I'll take the blame. But yeah, no, it was good. Good race.
And you had that charge, you had that pace going on. If it was not for Spencer, do you think you could have got him?
I don't know. I definitely would have caught him up, I reckon, but I don't know if he would have defended, and yeah, I don't know if I would have. Brilliant
effort, good race, but let's have a word with our race winner, Owen Jenman. It looked to everybody else like you just had an amazing, fantastic pace. You were chewing people up, even after your first early incident with Ed White there. He's taking the blame. Do you agree with that?
No, to be honest, I think it's probably my fault, if I'm honest. I think hadn't quite got the move done on Ed. Thought I'd cleared him, but obviously gap opened up in front, went to go to the inside, hadn't cleared Ed and just caught his bumper. So probably say he was pretty innocent. It was a bit of a racing incident, but I'd take the blame, I think, really.
And a great charge back up to the lead, though.
Yeah, I mean, it made it an interesting race, didn't it? It made it a tough race. caught the leaders, thought I'm in with a chance here, and then obviously the incident there with Ed, and I thought that's it, with my chances there a little bit, and then realised that the leaders weren't really getting away, and I was inching them back, and yeah, fantastic race, really enjoyed it, thoroughly good battles with everyone through the field.
Front two really made you work for it.
They certainly did, not just the front two, everybody, to be honest with you, everyone. Tough racing, good.
Even the back markers.
Some of them. Some of them are very courteous, but some not so much.
Thank you very much. Fantastic there. Let's make room for Jake.
What are you suggesting?
You need a lot of room.
Thank you.
That Inters Championship always gives us really close, tight racing. Shame Bobby wasn't there to fight, but the guys made up for it.
All it does is spice up the championship, so the next time we come out for round 6, it's going to be even closer. Don't forget to put your own place on the grid, DaytonaMax.co.uk if you're interested, and hopefully we'll see you next time.